We had an epic win for free speech. For those that don't know, I built a big, beautiful "Vote for Trump" sign, put on top of a really tall building in upstate New York. And a Democrat mayor went to the judge and got a restraining order against me, so I couldn't light the sign. Believe it or not, up until 30 minutes before the event, I was in suspense. My lawyer told me if I light the sign, I'm going to end up in jail for no one knows how long. But at the very last minute, he called me and he got the judge to vacate the order, and we went ahead with the event and we lit the sign. Well, yeah, you got so many Democrats and my mayor now coming out and wanting to trample the First Amendment. And unfortunately, none of the Democrats want to speak up and defend me. But yeah, so many Democrats want to trample the First Amendment. I think this sign stands for the First Amendment, stands for free speech, and it's going to be historic.
As a kid, the iconic Found sign in upstate New York was a symbol of American manufacturing moving to China. The Found's company completely shut down operations in 1984 when I was only 2 years old, moving everything overseas and decimating my home city. The people left little by little, and a once vibrant city became a depressed town. Throughout my life, the Found sign defined my hometown skyline. It was clearly visible from the thruway and seen by millions of people every year as they passed by or arrived to Amsterdam, New York. I never expected to own the iconic Founds building, but my own company, Sticker Mule, grew so quickly we ended up buying almost every functional manufacturing building in Amsterdam, creating nearly 1,000 manufacturing jobs thus far in the process. For the last few years, we debated what to do with the Found sign. Given everything happening in the world today, we decided to replace it with an equally iconic and symbolic sign that represents the return of manufacturing jobs to America and the triumph of the underdog against insurmountable adversity. No one thought we'd build a massive manufacturing company in America, just as no one expected a certain individual would become president, survive multiple assassination attempts, and inspire people all around the world that they're able to do more than they ever dreamed possible. Our Vote for Trump sign, designed by a team of local artists, uplifts the Amsterdam, New York skyline with a symbolic message that manufacturing can return to America, and no one should need to fear supporting the man leading the charge to make it happen.
President Trump endorsed Anthony Constantino, calling him a great guy, a successful businessman, and a lifelong servant of our community. The New York Post called it a blockbuster endorsement. Analysts say it's one of the most emphatic Trump has ever given, and Rudy Giuliani says America needs 100 Constantinos. Constantino will enter Congress day one as a friend of the president who can get things done and is fully self-funded to be nobody's man but yours.
I'm Anthony Constantino, and I approve this message.
So Anthony Constantino, candidate for Congress in New York. Sir, really want to thank you for joining us here on Breitbart News Saturday. You got President Trump's endorsement. I believe he just backed you up and endorsed you in the last week or two here. You're running in the district that Elise Stefanik is leaving, in the 21st district. So, sir, thanks for joining us here on Breitbart News Saturday. Kind of give us the overview here. How important is President Trump's endorsement to your campaign?
Well, first of all, I want to say I think it's very important. I'm speaking to Breitbart. I've been a big fan of yours and all the work you did helping President Trump win in 2016 and continuing to support the president's agenda. So I'm honored to be on your program. I was honored to get Rudy Giuliani's endorsement. He gave me an incredible endorsement, and then I got an even better endorsement from President Trump. And following that, I just spent the week meeting with Republican leadership in Washington, D.C. So it's been a great few weeks, and I'm very happy to be here talking to you.
So from what I understand, too, you are a totally self-funded candidate. You're not taking any money from special interests or anything like that. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I think that's very important. I got involved in politics for the same reason I got involved in business. It happened very quickly. I felt I was in a city where the jobs were going away. Everything was just getting obliterated. I watched it my whole life. I'm from upstate New York. Everything was just getting obliterated. And I got frustrated with a friend one day, and we, on a whim, decided to create a company. We grew it to over 1,000 people, manufacturing jobs right here in the United States of America. Then I saw the president got shot, and I said, I got to speak up on his behalf. He won the election, and I was asked to run for Congress, put my hat in the ring. And I said, I want to do it. People said, why do you want to do this? You have an incredible business background. And I think it's the same reason the president wanted to do it. I got frustrated sitting on the sidelines, watching things not be done correctly. Said, if it's not me, the seat's going to go to somebody very bad. And so I put my name in the hat. I've won every poll. Now the president's supporting me. I want to self-fund because I don't want any corrupting influences to control me in any way. In my business, I never took on investors because investors try to control you. Didn't even like taking on bank loans because banks, you take a loan, they try to control you. So I don't like other people telling me what to do because I like to be my own person. I think I have a pretty good conscience. I want to be in the same situation in politics. I want to self-fund, think for myself. I see the world similarly to the president, so I'm going to support his agenda. I'm going to support leadership. I think we have great leadership in the Republican Party right now, but I don't want any corrupt special interests controlling me.
Yeah, so you built a huge company. You're the founder and CEO of Sticker Mule. Talk to us about Sticker Mule. What is Sticker Mule? It's been headquartered in Amsterdam, New York. You employ more than 1,000 people around the country and around the world, and serve more than 5 million customers all over planet Earth. So talk to us about. I think you have customers in over 100 countries around the world. So what is Sticker Mule? What do you guys do? And how did you build it? And walk us through the story of your business background.
Sure. I like technology. I'm sort of in between being a manufacturing guy and a technologist. I think it's important we get people with that background in Congress. Technology is becoming more important. AI is becoming a bigger deal. Manufacturing is very important. I think we can bring manufacturing back to America big time. Through my own experience, I've been able to do it. But Sticker Mule is probably the largest privately owned print manufacturing company on the internet today. So we have over 1,000 people. We service the entire world. We have operations in the United States, and we're in Italy servicing Europe, which is great. And people don't know this about me, but I was one of the first people canceled in 2016. My business was over my support of the president. I donated to the campaign in 2016, $500. I wrote some tweets in support of the president. And I got a massive, well, I thought it was massive at the time, but we got boycotted by Democrat activists over this $500 donation that educated me as to how bad the Democrat Party had become. I knew it was bad, but then I saw how bad it was. I couldn't fight them at the time because I only had 300 or 400 employees. I had to focus on my employees and protect them. So I kept building the company, and I sat on the sidelines and I watched how they attacked American after American after American. Anyone that spoke up in support of the president, the Democrat Party attacked, and I really watched in horror as they did it. I tried to be as supportive as I could while building my company. But I said, eventually I'm going to do something about these people. I'm going to use my persuasive skills. I have pretty good marketing skills. That's why my company's so big. And I said, I want to use my skills eventually to do something about these horrible Democrats that think it's okay to demonize their fellow Americans. You know, instead of demonizing our enemies and bad people in the world, the Democrat Party demonizes Americans, and it's disgusting. I had enough of it, and that's why I decided to get in the fight. But luckily, I'm supported by a strong company. My company basically runs itself. Another thing that's not known about me, I became a professional boxer at age 40. So my company got used to operating without me. Politics is a little bit like business and a little bit like boxing. You fight. Now I get to fight with words instead of punches. But I had 4 straight knockouts in the world of boxing, which I'm pretty proud of. And I got a lot of knockouts in the world of politics.
Yeah,
no, it was fun.
Pretty amazing. So, so speaking of the radical left, I mean, we saw the latest incident last weekend at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where this radical leftist who is, radicalized by the No Kings protests, right? Like, he went to these No Kings protests, and then he wrote a manifesto. It was like a totally anti-Trump thing. Came in to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where President Trump and Vice President Vance and many members of the president's cabinet, the First Lady, was there, a number of other lawmakers on both sides, national media figures, etc., and started shooting. Now, thankfully, nobody was killed. A Secret Service agent was shot, but it hit the bulletproof vest. He's, by all indications, going to be okay. I don't even know his current status. But the point is that this is the third, at least, that we know of, assassination attempt against President Trump. It's totally nuts that we're in this position as a country, that this continues to happen over and over and over again. And I think it says a lot about the state of the modern Democrat Party. They go out there and they fan the flames of hatred with their Trump derangement syndrome. What say you about the state of things right now with the Democrat Party and just how radical and crazy they are. Because it seems like after what you went through in 2016, and there were many other stories like that at the time. I remember vividly all the way back to then. But they've only gotten worse. Like we're 10 years later, and they're so much worse now than they were back then. I remember how bad they were then with Hillary and everything. They've gotten worse. Like, they're only crazier. Like, now, there's some good people over there. I get it. Like, I got friends on the other side. It is what it is. But the fact of the matter is that the vast majority of them in the core institutions that are running the Democrat Party, they haven't learned.
I break it down like this, and I think I see it the same way you see it, but I break it down like this. I try to be empathetic to all humans, right? We want to care about all people on this planet. And the Democrat Party has objectively destroyed millions of minds. They've poisoned millions of minds. They've destroyed the minds and the lives of our fellow citizens by injecting hate into their brains, making them hate their family members, their friends, their neighbors, members of their communities, people that build companies. I've had so many Democrats tell me, take your company out of New York. We don't want you here anymore. You want to lose jobs and destroy your own community? This is the hate that's been put into the minds of our citizens by the Democrat Party. I don't think our side does it. I don't see our side doing that to our supporters. We want to love each other, right? And the Democrat Party trains people to hate. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. And I try to be empathetic towards these people. That guy's brain was poisoned with hate. I believe he had a nice girlfriend. He come from a nice family. He just destroyed his own life trying to do something so stupid and evil. But that was put into his brain by the Democrat Party. They need to hold themselves accountable. I want to see us win big in the midterms. I know people saying it's maybe going to be a little difficult. I don't see how it could be difficult. The Democrat Party is so bad, I don't understand why any reasonable person would want to vote for a party whose core platform is hate your neighbor, hate your family member, hate your friend if they think differently than you.
Yeah, no, I could agree more. And I think that the conventional wisdom might get rocked in November. Like, I think that we might be heading into we'll see how it shakes out. It's probably too early to tell, but there's a lot of signs out there that we could be in defy history mode at this point. We'll see. But the fact is that you're very similar to Trump in that you're a business guy now running for office. And so what are some of the things you want to do? Let's say you get there. When you win this thing, you become a congressman. What are you going to do in Congress to bring that business mentality that Trump brought to the Oval Office to Capitol Hill?
Sure. In business, I find the biggest problem that I can fix easily, and I go after that one. So the biggest problem in our district that's easily fixed is we actually don't have cell phones that work. You drive around my district and the phones don't work. The internet's not that great yet. It's 2026. I have a tech background. I want people to be able to enjoy the internet economy the way I did. You can build incredible companies anywhere now, but you got to have working phones and working internet. So I want to bring cell service, internet service to the district. As a private citizen, I'm already engaging with Starlink. We just signed a contract for them to do a site audit of what it would cost for them to help us bring internet and cell service to the district. So that's a big priority for me. I think it's an immediate boost for the economy. That's the way my mind works as a business person. Find a big problem that's easy to fix and go after it. Aside from that, the citizens want somebody that's going to continue fighting corruption. It's a huge, we got our polls. Oh, by the way, I didn't even mention, prior to Trump's endorsement, I was up by 30 points. I'm now up by 51 points in a poll conducted by Elise Stefanik's pollster amongst MAGA Republicans. This is sort of funny. I say MAGA. I like that number. 51 points amongst MAGA Republicans. There's another group of Republicans. They're called traditional Republicans that look at the world a little differently. Those people have a negative outlook on life, a negative outlook on the president. But amongst the MAGA Republicans, I'm up by 51 points. It was 30 points. So those people care a lot about something called corruption. I do too. I was a private citizen a little while ago that watched how corrupt the political class can be, watched how they attacked President Trump, really on both sides, if you remember. Even the Republicans went after him in the beginning. He called it the swamp. We got little mini... Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm here. You got me?
Oh,
hello?
Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, I cut out on my end.
Cell phones don't work, right? Yeah. Cell phones don't work, right?
No, I think it's on my end, honestly. Yeah, no, so in D.C., not the greatest. So
well, no, I just want to say there's... Yeah. President Trump talks about the national swamp. There's little swamps all over the country. I want to fight corruption. The citizens want me to fight corruption. As you mentioned, I'm going to be self-funding, so I'm going to be free to look at everything with my conscience. And I'm going to be able to report back to the citizens when I see things that are fishy going on in politics. Right now, I'm in campaign mode. I'm learning how to be a campaigner, and I'm doing that effectively. Next, I'm going to learn how to be a legislator and be in Congress. And if I see anything fishy, I'm going to report back to the citizens and let them know what's going on so we can take action against it.
Yeah, so now okay, so another big thing is that New York's 21st district, for people who are unfamiliar with it, this is the district you're running in. It borders, it has a huge border with Canada, the northern border of the country, and so that might even be the biggest or close to the biggest part of the border of the district. So talk to us a little bit about, because we always talk about the southern border, but there's problems on the northern border too. Can you talk to us about what some of the things we need to do up there are, and what are some of the things you intend to bring to the equation? So, I mean, you come down here and you get elected. What are you going to do to focus on that?
Well, I think President Trump won the argument against illegal immigration. We have something called ICE now that's doing their job, and they're a lot more respected than they were a little while ago. We have the borders closed. We need to keep them closed and secure forever, though. So President Trump's going to be there for 2 more years once I enter Congress. We need to keep his mindset alive so we never go backwards. We never regress. So we got to keep the border sealed forever. I know this topic better than anyone. I boxed professionally in Mexico. I actually was in Mexico getting ready to box when a guy named Joe Biden went to the White House and he made the border go wide open. I saw how bad it was, and I know firsthand something that many people don't know about. When we open these borders and people come here illegally, they get trafficked. You get women. See, bad people are in control of these borders when they get opened, and they traffic women and children, and they rape them, and they kill them, and lots of people die, and lots of bad things happen. So we want the borders closed, both to protect ourselves, but also protect these people who get put in their heads. The Democrat Party markets to them the idea of coming here illegally, and then they get raped and murdered and trafficked on the way. We don't want that happening. It's important for the citizens to know the Republican perspective of keeping the border secure is the empathetic perspective for everybody. It protects our country and it protects these people. We don't want people getting human trafficked. On the northern border, we got to worry about terrorists coming over and drugs coming over and illegal cigarettes coming over, things that hurt our economy, things that hurt our citizens. So we need to keep the border secure forever. I can have this debate in either language. I'm fluent in Spanish. I speak Spanish better than AOC, so if she ever wants to be stupid, I can embarrass her to her own constituency. The Latin people, I think, are going to end up liking me more than they like her. I speak Spanish better than she does, and I can have this debate in either language. And by the way, most Hispanics agree with the president. So I'm happy to debate the Democrat Party in English or in Spanish.
Oh my gosh, I love this. You want to know what? When you're a congressman and you win this thing, I want to set up, we'll have a debate, right? Like, we'll set up a stage, we'll invite her, and maybe she'll come, maybe she won't, I don't know, but we should have a debate, like a new debater, right? Like, I love that idea.
In Spanish, so we can prove.
In Spanish, yeah.
In Spanish, so we can prove she's a total fraud.
And I'll have our national security editor, Francis Martel, who's Cuban American, who speaks Spanish, moderate the debate, right? Like, so, yeah, no, 100%. I love that idea. So we'll make it happen. Anthony Constantino, candidate for Congress, backed by President Trump in New York's 21st Congressional District. So I really want to thank you for joining us here on Breitbart News Saturday. Let's stay in contact. I want to get you on the regular. We'll keep talking.